Marie asks, can I ask if you know how, if you others know how to cope with stress when starting to date again? Well, it is stressful starting to date again for a couple of different reasons, right? So if a person, let me scroll down here. If a person is having a lot of kind of PTSD type symptoms, right? So if you're having problems trusting, because that's incredibly stressful, it's incredibly stressful to second guess yourself and wonder, what am I experiencing? Am I reading too much into this? Does this person really have problematic behavior, or is it me? Especially if they're incredibly charming, because maybe you've got some alarm bells that are going off with that, but you're like, oh, I don't know, like I can't. It takes a little while to kind of get your sea legs in all of this and really figure out what's going on. And there's just this whole adjustment period, and it takes different amounts of time for different people. Somebody else had mentioned in the chat, I totally agree, just go slow, go slow. And I would encourage you to kind of practice in environments where there's not so much on the line. Like jumping right back into dating can be really intense, because if we've been involved with an emotional manipulator for any length of time, it, as you know, it really messes with our perception of reality and our perception of ourselves and kind of our judgment and lots of different things. And that takes a little while to get to a different place of normal, because our judgment before we met them, obviously there was something a little off, right? Like we missed red flags. So we can't go back to how our judgment and perception of events were before them, because they were able to slip under the radar. So there's just kind of this whole learning period of examining, what exactly problematic behavior is, and what healthy boundaries look like, and all of that. So, and it just kind of takes practice. It takes getting out there a little bit. It takes experiencing the discomfort and all of this. I'm a huge fan. You've probably heard me talk about it many times before, but I'm a huge fan of the site meetup.com. What's one of the main reasons? It's a great way to meet a wide variety of people out in public in a very, less non-threatening kind of way, because it's not dating. The site is free. You can go join groups, lots of different groups under pretty much anything that even sounds remotely interesting, you can join. And practice being around new people, practice kind of just observing people, and who do you feel comfortable with and who do you not feel comfortable with and why, and trying to remove, I guess, the judgment of that, meaning like to just kind of sit with those feelings and not tell yourself, oh, well, I shouldn't be feeling this way, or, oh, I'm making too big of a deal out of something, or what have you, but to just be like, okay, I don't feel comfortable here, and what now? Why? Like, why is that? And then just get curious and explore that feeling. Or I do feel comfortable around this person, and then this is why. Journaling can really help as well. As you're going forward, meeting people, this is an ongoing conversation in the support groups about, this is what I experienced, kind of what do you guys think? Because it's really difficult to see things clearly if we're emotionally invested in a situation. So that's the whole cognitive dissonance part of it, right? But any of us, and it doesn't matter how much knowledge we have. I mean, this happens to me too. Like if I'm in a situation and I start getting emotionally invested, especially if I really want it to work out, it's really hard for me to sometimes see, not sometimes, it's hard for me to see red flags. They're easy to gloss over. So it takes practice. And getting the outside perspective of different people can be very validating. It can be kind of like training wheels, I think, when you're getting back out there and trying to examine kind of your thinking in all of this. And, you know, because we are our own baseline for normal. So odds are you, like me, like probably a lot of us, have some maybe I don't thinking that could use adjustment. So we might be overly tolerant. We probably are overly tolerant of problematic behavior. And so again, this is the benefit of being in the group where people can say, "Hey, no, that's a problem," you know, and us being like, "Oh, really? Is it? Because I didn't realize that that was a problem." So I guess answer is move slowly, get feedback from people, from multiple people that have been through something like this, and that you trust. Lots of love to you guys. You are not alone. You are not crazy, and you really can move forward and heal from this.